Good morning, mine healers, and welcome to my channel. I hope you had a great weekend. It's a beautiful Monday morning here. You can see in Australia the sun is shining, the sky is blue, and whew, how fortunate are we to have such a beautiful day. I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about something that we've been doing. You've seen that I've been doing my raised garden beds and doing a bit of my veggie patch gardening so we can be self-sufficient and a bit more independent of the system, if you want to put it that way. So what happened on the weekend was when I was out looking at my little veggie patches, and as you can see, they're looking a little bit different to how they were looking. Why are they looking different? They're looking different because I did have some visitors on the weekend, and I've been getting these visitors during the week, and I thought to myself, what are these? They're called white cabbage moths. You may know them. I'm not exactly an expert about them, but I do know that they visit gardens apparently because I've done a bit of research. So what do? These little critters go into your garden and they start eating on some of the green leaves, but particularly the brassicas. What is brassicas? Brassicas is broccoli, cauliflower, also your red cabbage, green cabbage, and they love eating the leaves and coming along and leaving holes in your leaves, and then also depositing their beautiful larvae, so you end up with some groovy green caterpillars waltzing around and eating your harvest. Not exactly what we want. So I thought I'd do some investigation and see what we can do in a natural way to help prevent this. So one of the things is that I've got here, as you can see, it's not really netting because you can use netting, but I thought, what do I have in the house that we're not really using anymore? And these are some old blankets that we had from IKEA, and I bought them, and they actually, have stretched and become quite huge. But it is a netting type. You can see it's really quite fine. And I thought, you know what? Rather than go out and spend money and also buy something new, I thought, I think I can use those. So here we are in the backyard. Now we've got some netting, and you see over here, right there, I have some netted up, and then this is our second way that I have netted up, because I've seen quite a few of these white cabbage moths flying in, landing on the actual veggies that are now growing, and I thought, what's our first way that we can prevent this from happening? And apparently that is one of the ways, is by using netting. So please do put that down when you're doing your growing, and also you can use a decoy plant. Who knew, right? A decoy plant, and they're called nasturtiums. Now nasturtiums are those creepers that you see that are got really round sort of green leaves and a really beautiful orangey coloured flower. And I do know that lots of butterflies are attracted to them, not just white cabbage butterflies, but mainly butterflies in fall. So you can actually plant some of those around your veggie patch if you have the room. Well, obviously with my situation, because we don't even have lawn in our backyard, that just wasn't going to happen for us. So with my raised beds, I thought I'd use this netting. So I will just show you what we've done. So they said to make sure there's no holes because they're pretty clever and they can get in. So I've just done this. So you can see, you can see now that our cabbages and my cucumbers are starting to grow quite well, and they're getting quite big. So I thought, well, rather than having them start to get eaten, so all I have to do is lift it up and then place them all back down, and then what I do is just lock it in at the back so that the butterflies don't get in, because these blankets go all the way to the ground, so they can't get in at the bottom, because that's one thing they said, they're very, very clever, and they'll find a hole even if you've got the netting in. So we needed to make sure that at the back, I've used a couple of pegs there to keep it all together, and you can see it goes all the way to the top because we've got all of our poles and our creeping growing apparatus there. Sorry if that made you a bit dizzy. I didn't worry too much about the strawberry plants and the rhubarbs and the tomatoes I've got growing here, because they apparently don't like those as much and don't really touch them, so that's good. But then we've also got our lot here. So in order to water them, I will just need to lift them up, and as you can see, I've got poles in here, and that's our other cabbage plants and our kale. So these are some of the ones that they like, and they really do like to eat those. So I thought, what else can we do besides the netting? If you don't have that as an advantage, we can use a spray called Dipel. What's Dipel? What Dipel is like a stomach poison for the caterpillars, and I know that sounds terrible, but what you do is you spray it on both sides of the leaves, and then apparently within 3 to 4 days the caterpillars will pass on. Because it contains, now let me get this right because it's a tricky word, Bacillus thuringiens, which is a bacterial toxin. And the great thing about Dipel is it's listed as an organic spray, which is important to us too. So you can use the Dipel as an organic spray, or if you've got some grandchildren or some kids of your own, you may like to just get them to come along and squish them all. I do know some people wouldn't want to do that, especially my daughter. I think she'd probably freak out actually. She doesn't even like spiders. So you can give that a go. But the other thing you can do as a great deterrent, which I thought was very clever, is that you can make your own butterflies with ice cream containers and just stick them in on a little pole and stick them in with your plants, and it detracts the white moths, because if another moth's in there, they're not going to go in there. You can also use eggshells apparently, which work really, really well too. But I thought this would be nice and just be able to help you, you know, to realise that the veggie patch is coming along, and I'm actually getting really excited because the snow peas and you know, our mint and our snow peas are growing. They're starting to entwine themselves around the poles and up our well, this is actually called a tomato cage, but I'm using it for the snow peas, and they just attach themselves. It's just so amazing how nature does its natural thing. But I can't wait to get a harvest of snow peas. I love them in my salads, and I'll be able to use some mint and carrot. It's going to be so exciting. So I thought I'd share that with you today because, you know, as I said, I'm not an avid gardener. I'm giving this a go, and it's because, as you know, healthy mind, healthy body, healthy soul. So I hope this has been really helpful for you. So if you have a white moth problem with your cabbages or your broccoli, then this may very well help you, as it has helped me and will help many others. Have a fantastic day, mind healers, and may the light in me always shine in the light in you. Live your life, determination and knowing. And if you do like my YouTube channel, please do click the like button and subscribe, because I'd love to talk to you again, and you can check out my harvest as we're coming along. You take care and have a fantastic day.